presents Big 8 Conference Basketball. Tonight, it's the Tigers of Missouri visiting the Cyclones of Iowa State. This game comes to you live from Hilton Coliseum on the campus of Iowa State University in Ames, Iowa. There is indeed an air of excitement here at Hilton Coliseum this evening. We expect somewhere around the 10 or 11,000 mark in attendance. And these are rabid basketball fans. And oh, how they like their coach, Johnny Orr. No doubt about it, Johnny Orr has brought an air of excitement to Iowa State basketball. Within the conference this season, 2 wins, 4 losses. Missouri undefeated 6-0. Now to our public address announcer for the lineups, Gary Wade.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hilton Coliseum for tonight's game between the Iowa State Cyclones and the University of Missouri. Let's meet our starting lineups for tonight's game. First of all, our visitors, the Tigers. At forward from Springfield, Missouri, number 35, Greg Cavener. At forward from Cape Girardeau, Missouri, number 44, Ron Jones. At center from St. Louis, Missouri, number 40, Steve Stipanovich. At guard from Blue Springs, Missouri, number 20, John Sunvold. And at guard from St. Louis, Missouri, number 24, Mark Dressler. And now the starting lineup for your Iowa State Cyclones. At forward from Flint, Michigan, number 35, Barry Stevens. At forward from Chicago Heights, Illinois, number 40, Ronnie Harris. At center from Brainerd, Minnesota, number 53, Ron Falenschek. At guard from LaGrange, Illinois, number 14, Jeff Hornacek. And at guard from Riviera Beach, Florida, number 12, Terrance Allen.
If you're interested in statistics, Missouri comes into the game averaging almost 71 points a game while limiting the opposition to under 58. Iowa State has scored 68 and a fraction points per game versus the opposition's near 70. Records overall, Iowa State 10-9, Missouri 18-3, number 8 ranking according to the latest coaches poll, UPI. Within the conference, Missouri undefeated 6-0, Iowa State 2-4. Missouri, the visitor, in the black uniforms. It'll be Stipanovich and Ron Falenschek to jump center.
Now keep in mind, Missouri has won 10 straight games with Iowa State, including 5 here at Hilton Coliseum. Last win for Iowa State was, believe it or not, at Missouri in 1978. They won at 67-63.
A couple of individual records could well be broken tonight. We'll tell you about them. Steve Stipanovich is close to 1 mark. Ron Harris of Iowa State is close to another. But here we go from the Cyclones. Home court, Hilton Coliseum. This is Sunvold, shooting over 50%, a lot of it from long range.
He's a long-range bomber, and there you see the Tigers getting the Cyclones in the series.
That was Dressler. Barry Stevens, the leading scorer for Iowa State, batted it out of his hands, so it'll be inbounded by Cavener. It is lost out of bounds by Sunvold. Number 14 is very important to Iowa State, Hornacek.
Yes, he started the last 4 basketball games for him, and he's done a great job. He's not scoring, only 3.4 average, but his strength of the ball club is that he's been moving the basketball, passing it, and has averaged about 8 assists over that period of time.
To Falenschek. So Iowa State scores first.
And Falenschek has come on strong in the last 4 games of the conference season. He has not played well early at all, but he's averaged 9 points and almost 7 rebounds in the last 4 ball games.
Looking to Stipanovich, but instead, with the rebound, went to Cavener. Went surprised defensively so far in the opening seconds.
Iowa State playing man for man, and they've been putting on pretty good pressure. Almost get a 5-second count on a throw-in.
Number 24 for Missouri is Mark Dressler. This is Sunvold. Hornacek is covering him. No. And there for the rebound, Iowa State's Barry Stevens. He's their leading scorer. They get it up court in a hurry. Hornacek.
That's a plus for Iowa State. Hornacek, while doing a good job, has not been scoring as much lately and has not been shooting the ball well. But to get the first one down, it's got to help his confidence.
This is Sunvold, guarded by Hornacek. Stipanovich coming outside. So the big guy has the first points for Missouri, and it's 4-2. And a little bit of bothersome defense put up by Missouri.
Missouri will attack inside with the post. Iowa State has had trouble defending in that position. And against Oklahoma, Wayman Tisdale, who's a tremendous player, he got 46.
Hornacek.
They got a switch, but now Stipanovich and Dressler are later to switch back. This is where I think Iowa State needs to run. They've got to have patience on this end of the floor after they get in a half-court game. They've got to get good shots.
Sunvold. Now Dressler. Stipanovich. Sunvold. And Falenschek comes up with the rebound. 4-2 Iowa State.
There's what I was talking about at the top of the show.
Stevens is averaging over 16 points a game. This is Allen, now Hornacek. Both teams in man for man. Falenschek.
Excuse me again, Ray, but a zone is a swear word to Norm Stewart.
No. Sunvold. Dressler. Stipanovich.
Missouri has good patience. They'll take their time and wait to get to their strengths.
Saved by Cavener. Sunvold. Both Stipanovich and Cavener are in low. The foul is on Missouri's Mark Dressler, the first foul of the game. Hornacek still having some trouble with that blow that he took a minute or so ago around the mouth or the nose, but he's okay. 4-2, Iowa State leading, just underway from the campus of Iowa State University at Ames, Iowa. This is Barry Stevens.
We mentioned earlier, Missouri has won the last 10 minutes between these two clubs.
4-2 Iowa State. Let's pause for these messages.
Iowa State 2 of 4 for 50%, while Missouri, who's ranked third nationally in field goal percentage, 54.9, starts out in this ball game 1 of 6, 17%.
Prince Bridges, number 15, is in the game for Missouri. An air ball. Here comes Allen driving on Bridges. Hornacek. The field goal counts by Stevens.
Good pass in here, looked like from Hornacek, made the foul to Stevens. He pumped once, gets them both up in the air, and Cavener draped all over him, and Stevens had to have good strength to get that ball to the basket. He'll go to the free throw line and have a three-point opportunity to see Sparks come into the lineup for Missouri, number 34.
So another change for Missouri. They have Bridges now, and number 34, Mark Sparks, a 6'8" sophomore. So the three-point play is completed by Barry Stevens. A near steal.
Looked like he tripped over Jones's foot, or he might have had a 2-on-1 or a solo drive.
Sunvold. Falenschek loses it, but blocks the shot. Falenschek doing a great job on that particular play.
And Hornacek did a great job on Sunvold. He went up with him and then faked away and did not get the foul. Let Sunvold shoot it.
Out of bounds, Missouri. 7-2 Iowa State. After almost 5 minutes, Missouri held to just that one field goal by Stipanovich. Now there's Stipanovich in low. Good inside passing by Stipanovich. As a result, Mark Sparks is fouled and will go to the line. So after the free throw, a bit of pressure applied by Missouri.
Looks like a 2-2-1 zone press.
Allen saved that from being a turnover, but he kicks the ball away, and the pressure defense pays off. Bridges goes to the basket. Offensive foul.
That was a great play by Bridges, though. They were matching up. He hesitated, changed the pace dribble to see what the defense did. Here's the last play. You see Allen crossing over, hit his foot with the basketball. Watch Prince Bridges feel his way and then explode by as he made the defense commit to him, but does pick up the offensive foul. They'll count the basket as Hornacek had good position.
Another turnover. Here's Sunvold to Sparks, and a great save by Hornacek. What a play. Ron Harris bid for a crowd-pleasing slam. Backfires.
That is a hurt play for Iowa State, and they're going to have a man come off the bench for him. He took off way too soon.
Sunvold has his first bucket of the game. He averages over 16 points a game. Missouri, its first lead, 8-7. Hornacek.
There's what you have to do against the press. Iowa State was dribbling the ball too much the last two times. Pass it.
Hornacek gets his second bucket. 9-8 Iowa State. We've played almost 6 minutes now. It's Iowa State applying a bit of pressure in the backcourt. But Sunvold, the veteran, brings it safely into the front court. Now Bridges. Oh, he is such a good shooter, averaging over 52% from the field.
Well, he only had 8 points in Saturday's game, which is only second time this year he's not been in double figures. He's a pure shooter, probably the best guard in the Big 8 right now.
Into the front court to Falenschek. Now Hornacek. Barry Stevens. Allen.
After that missed stuff, Ronnie Harris is getting the break because there was a substitute up and ready. They just haven't had a dead ball.
Stevens with his second bucket. It's 11-10 Iowa State. We've played almost 7 minutes.
Iowa State in good patience right now in a half-court game and waiting for the good shot, and they're hitting it.
Jones and Sunvold. They've done a good job keeping the ball away from this man, Stipanovich. Jones. Good position.
You're going to get beat by Missouri. I think you'd want to get beat by Jones and Dressler outside.
But that's the 4th team foul on Missouri. Barry Stevens, 6 points.
Good free throw shooters you see there.
Three-point lead, Iowa State, 13-10. Now for number 11, Ron Virgil, a freshman for Iowa State, is in the game. Number 11. Stipanovich. There's just no way, I don't think, you can stop that move and that shot.
Nice shot, good turnaround, soft touch on the ball, released high and put it up with touch as he arched the ball over Falenschek.
Hornacek working against Bridges with 12 minutes left in the first half. Virgil guarded by Jones. Now Stevens working against Cavener. Falenschek, Stevens. Hornacek. Jeff Hornacek, the LaGrange, Illinois freshman, has his third bucket. Out of bounds, Missouri. Last time 12. Iowa State's leading. We'll be back with more Big 8 basketball after these messages.
6 of 10, 60% from the field. Missouri only 33%, 5 of 15. And Iowa State, as I said, had to do a job on the board. So far, rebounds are 7 each. Of course, there's not too many defensive rebounds in Missouri when you're shooting 6 for 10.
This is Jones, Sunvold. Now they're dropping off a bit to try and front Stipanovich, in addition to having Falenschek behind him.
But like I said, they're trying to force Ron Jones to shoot the ball outside.
Bridges. Stevens rebounds the miss by Sunvold with 11:15 left to play in the first half. And Iowa State with the ball leading by 3. Ron Harris. Hornacek. They're not giving Hornacek the room outside there were earlier.
Well, he made him respect him. He hit those 3.
Allen. Stipanovich rebounds. Outlet pass to Sunvold, to Bridges.
Nice job by Bridges right there on the drive. He stopped, a jump stride stop, and then right up off the glass with the shot, avoided the charge.
Iowa State by 1, coming up to the midway point of the first half. Both teams using tough man-for-man defense. Stevens. Barry Stevens. 9 points. Another 3-point edge for Iowa State.
Barry.
Falenschek getting good inside position on Stipanovich.
For the most part, Cyclones doing a good job on the defensive board.
Stevens. Iowa State.
You cannot let Stevens have room. He's been in double figures 16 of 19 games. He ranks 5th in the conference in scoring. Tied right now with Leroy Combs of Oklahoma State.
Bridges. Cavener. Stipanovich. Stevens to rebound, and Stevens is the man of the moment for Iowa State. Hornacek, the freshman. Terry Allen, Stevens. No. Yes. Oh. Ron Jones rebounds.
Had the crowd hanging on that one as it bounced once, twice. Looked like it was going to drop.
Now we have just 9 minutes to play in the first half. Bridges finds Jones.
You see Barry Stevens covering Jones, just dropped off him completely. They're daring him to shoot the basketball.
Cavener comes outside. Sunvold over Hornacek.
That's a force by John.
Yep. Now, Ron Harris. Allen. He draws the foul. Allen, who's in the game right now, is a junior. Jeff Hornacek is a freshman. Barry Stevens is a sophomore. Ron Harris is a junior. The only senior is Falenschek. 11 points a game. He has yet to score this evening.
And Ray, want to acknowledge that nice banner they had up for us.
Yes.
Welcome us here to Hilton. Appreciate that.
A 20-14 lead for Iowa State. This is Dressler working against Stevens. Sunvold.
Norm Stewart has made a move now. He's got Dressler in the ball game, got Jones out, and Dressler a little bit better shooter from long range. Jones 63% from the field, but most of that work is done down inside.
Stipanovich. Dressler decides not to put it up. Sunvold to Cavener.
That pass right there should have been given off a little early. He rode him through too long, made John take the ball and go past the pick and let the defense catch up. You need to pitch it out to him and let him stop right behind that screen.
Stipanovich. No, and good job by Dressler saving it.
Good hustle by both sides.
And Hornacek went on his wrist from behind.
11 of 20 points of Iowa State's points you see there come from Barry Stevens. He's their top scorer, averaging 16 and a half a game.
Sunvold, who has scored 4 points. Bridges. Stipanovich. Falenschek is called for the foul. Another free throw.
Had to be Terrance Allen in the lane too quick. You have Steve Stipanovich.
And Dressler rebounds. And now Stevens to Hornacek. Ron Harris, no. Stipanovich is there to Bridges. Looks to his left to Dressler. He elects to hold on to it. Now Sunvold. He's tough. Falenschek.
Good strong move by Falenschek, and Hornacek bothered Sunvold on the shot again as he came from behind and forced him to double pump it.
Allen to Falenschek. The foul occurred before the to Ron Harris. Allen. Hornacek. Stipanovich. He's a great rebounder in addition to a scorer. He averages over 9 rebounds a game. Bridges. Sunvold to Cavener. And Hornacek is responsible for that turnover. Allen. Hornacek. Barry Stevens. No. Ron Harris.
Look what I found there. Picked it right up off the floor. The ball just bouncing by itself.
7-point lead Iowa State. Harris now has scored 999 points in his Iowa State career. Bridges. Stipanovich.
Boy, he blew by Falenschek that time. Just took it in one step. A good move by the big guy.
7 points for Stipanovich. Less than 6 minutes to play now in the first half. The score in this Big 8 basketball game from Ames, Iowa. Iowa State 22, Missouri 17.
Owns a 2-rebound edge, 16-14. Turnovers are all even 2-2. A well-played game in this first half so far.
Harris and number 45, David Moss, another freshman, is in the game for Iowa State, a freshman from Franklin Park, Illinois. This is Stevens. Hornacek tried to force it, the freshman, and the turnover.
That's the kind of play, if you make the pass, you really don't have anything going.
Good assist for Sunvold to Cavener.
You gamble a little bit on Missouri, they'll make you pay for it.
Now it's a 3-point game.
And Stipanovich on Barry Stevens, I think you might see them try to clear a side, let him go one-on-one on the big guy.
This is Harris. Hornacek. Barry Stevens being given some room now by Stipanovich. And a foul is committed. I think
Iceman, because he looks a little bit like
George Gervin.
George Gervin of San Antonio.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
call him the thin man, too.
Yeah. Stipanovich to Bridges. They're going to let it. Cavener comes outside.
They'll rotate that post. You see right there, Cavener in the post, steps out, Stipanovich steps in.
Bridges. Oh, he's tough.
It counts. Cavener gets the foul. Harris will be on the line 1-1.
And if he converts here, 1 more point is all he needs to make it 1,000 for his career at Iowa State. And the rebound belongs to Stipanovich. Missouri down by 1, trailing just a moment ago by 7. Bridges is the hot man, and Missouri leads. 8 points for Bridges. 23-22 Missouri. And almost en masse, the student section here is standing.
Ray Stipanovich with that last rebound that he got. He needed 4 tonight. He's got 4. He passes Wilt Chamberlain and moves him to 12th place in the all Big 8 rebounding record. He has 878.
We had a whistle. We had a foul in the backcourt. Lead pass for Ron Harris. Falenschek. No. But a super job by Iowa State's Terrance Allen. His first bucket, his 3rd point. It's Missouri and Iowa State in a tie at 24.
You saw Allen going back. 6-footer, but he can go on the boards. Explosive jumper.
Stipanovich. Last touch by Iowa State. 3:02 left, first half. Cavener to Bridges.
Bridges has been instrumental in this first half. He's hit some key buckets to bring Missouri back.
Sunvold guarded by Hornacek. Cavener. They get it inside to the big guy. To the corner. Sunvold is tough. Oh, yes.
Well, they knew right where that ball was going. Stipanovich, when it came inside and he's doubled up, Sunvold cuts away. They go right to the corner, and he's excellent shooter.
Missouri by 2. 2.5 minutes left, first half.
Ooh, dangerous pass.
Yes. This is Allen. Stevens. Ron Harris. Hornacek. Allen.
Good pass by Stevens. Caught the guy coming up to front, and nobody behind. Went over the top and got the easy 2, tie ball game.
Second bucket for Falenschek. 2 minutes left, first half. Stipanovich made the mistake of putting the ball on the floor, and Iowa State takes it away.
Terrance Allen was really responsible for that. He knocked it away first, although he didn't come up with the recovery.
Stevens.
There he's got him man for man. I think if...
But 2 free throws for Barry Stevens, who has already scored 11 points. He is 3 of 3 in free throws. Iowa State by 1, 27-26, 1:44 left in what has been a fast-paced, well-played first half.
Certainly has been. Turnovers, we had 2-2 a while ago. I don't know what it is now. I suppose it'll be 3 or 4 each, but that's great for the first half with only 1:40 to play.
Pass intended for Jones. Out to Sunvold. Bridges. Stipanovich is fouled by Falenschek. We have a tie with 1:32 left in the first half.
Great thing about these seniors from Missouri is that you always want to improve, and these guys have just kept improving year after year after year. 3 Big 8 championships under their belt, and they've got a leg up on everybody for their 4th straight. What a career that would be for those 2 guys.
Moss to Stevens. Now Hornacek. Ron Harris. Terrance Allen. Stevens, the leading scorer here in the first half. He has scored 13. 1 minute left in the half. Harris working against Jones. Hornacek saves it. Terrance Allen comes up with the loose ball.
Everything but a turnover that time. Missouri had 3 opportunities to cause the turnover, couldn't get it done. They're going to run it down, I think, for 1 shot.
They're down to 35 seconds now left in the half. Score tied at 28. Iowa State led at one time by 7 points, biggest lead in the half.
And I think that's a good play by Jones there. He made a break for the basketball. You know, Iowa State's going for one. If you got your big people back protecting, you have the opportunity to gamble and go for it, because you know that Iowa State is not going to take anything unless they go for the layup.
15 seconds now left in the half. I'll tell you, this Hornacek for a freshman has tremendous poise.
He's a walk-on freshman, too.
Oh, boy. This is Barry Stevens. 15 points for Stevens, and this first half has come to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. Coach Norm Stewart wants to have a word with several of the officials as we have reached the end of the first half with the score. Iowa State 30. The number 8 team in the country, according to the coaches poll, Missouri 28. Hornacek inbounded the ball to Allen. Now Ron Harris. A steal for Stipanovich.
That's the way to start the second half when you trail by 2.
So we have a tie at 30, and Stipanovich has scored 12 points. That's his 4th field goal.
Only 4 turnovers in the first half by Iowa State and 3 by Missouri, and Iowa State turns it over in the early going twice.
Foul on turnover gives the ball to Iowa State as we come back live. This is Sunvold working against Hornacek. Bridges, now Stipanovich. Bridges guarded by Allen. Now Cavener working against Ron Harris. Jones, who's not very much of a shooter. He doesn't put it up very often. left-hander by Barry Stevens, and his 17th point.
On that kind of play, I think Stevens can use his left hand as well or better than his right. And that he can sky. He got over Cavener, who's 6'9", and can leap. That was a great play.
Ron Jones
got the roll on that one.
Has his first score of the game, and we have a tie at 32. We've played just over a minute of the second half. Barry Stevens signals to Falenschek to come outside. Now to Ron Harris. Driving on Cavener. And he is fouled.
That's 3 on Cavener.
Hornacek to Harris. He's the only player with 3 either team. Hornacek. Barry Stevens to Falenschek. Both teams have showed in the main tremendous patience. Barry Stevens, Falenschek, Harris.
Good pitch out that time by Falenschek.
He is over 1,000. That's 1,001 points in his career for Ron Harris. Iowa State 34, Missouri 32. They're still sagging in on the big man, Iowa State defensively. Prince Bridges. Jones.
That last basket by Harris, you mentioned 1,001 points, 9th place in the all-time Cyclone scoring. Passes Al Cook, who played here in the mid-center.
The steal is turned into a bucket, and it's 36-32. Iowa State leading. This crowd is getting more frantically involved by the moment. A steal, but no, they say a foul by Stevens. And the scoreboard says it's his second foul. I had him unofficially with 3, so I'm sure the official score is correct. This is Sunvold.
I looked over at Johnny Orr on that play, though, and he did not complain too much. He had a better angle than we did, so I got to think that was a foul on Stevens.
Now, 36-34, Iowa State with the ball and a 2-point lead after 3 minutes of play in the second half. Ron Harris working against Dressler, who checked in a moment ago. He was a starter. Allen to Hornacek. Harris. No. There's Allen. Out of bounds, Missouri. Last touch. Here's the senior guard, Sunvold to Dressler. Now Bridges. Stipanovich.
Well, Stipo got it, but he maybe looked like he should have given the ball back to Bridges. Bridges had his man wiped off, was going to be wide open, and Bridges had his hand out there. He definitely wanted the ball.
14 points for Stipanovich. The game is tied at 36. Won't go for Stevens. Dressler rebounds. Sunvold. There goes Allen.
That's what I was talking about, getting up and down the floor. He really runs. Barry Stevens right there, baseline to baseline. He'll put it out every time. He likes to shoot the basketball.
19 points for Stevens, 38-36 Iowa State. Stipanovich to Dressler. Now Bridges. And the pace of this game is just tremendous. 10 points for Prince Bridges.
Excellent ball movement by Missouri that time. Iowa State doubling up. They came back to the point to Dressler. Defense tried to recover. He goes right to the open man. Bridges knocks it down.
Falenschek to Stevens. We have played 4.5 minutes of the second half. Hornacek. There's Barry Stevens, 21 points.
Not only has he been scoring, he had 5 rebounds at half to lead Iowa State in that department. They trailed Missouri by 4 at half, which is a pretty good job of rebounding for the shorter Cyclone team against Missouri.
Stipanovich. We have played 5 minutes of the second half. It is 40-40. Game tied at 40, exactly 15 minutes left to play. Over 9,000 are here at Hilton Coliseum this evening.
Saw the official that time signaling, giving the signal with the player taking the ball out of bounds. Could run the baseline. He could move as he took it in.
Hornacek, Ron Harris, Allen,
I think this is about as fine a job as I've seen Iowa State this year of taking patience in the half-court game.
A tremendous play by Ron Harris. 8 points for Harris. Iowa State by 2.
Well, that man has started every game since he's come to Iowa State as a freshman. He's making his 73rd start tonight.
Cavener will be coming back in a moment for Missouri. This is Jones, all batted away, but Stipanovich saves it. Sunvold, Prince Bridges, Jones, and Bridges again. Stipanovich, what a touch.
Boy, they were all around him, but I watched them work out last Friday, and they worked right on that play with Stipanovich, 2 guys around him, swinging the ball, not getting the ball over your head where it can be knocked away from behind, and then making the move.
18 points for Stipanovich. Hornacek. 8 points for Hornacek. 44-42 Iowa State. Stipanovich outside the Bridges. Now Dressler. Patiently waiting over by the scorer's bench is Cavener.
Good reactions that time by Terrance Allen. He helped on the drive, but was able to get back and cut Bridges off.
Ron Jones is called for traveling.
2-10 there you see against Iowa State. More important right now, they've had 10 in a row. Missouri's won 11 consecutive Big 8 games on the road. They trail by 2.
Hornacek to Allen. Ron Harris. And he is fouled by Cavener. And it is number 4 on Greg Cavener, the sophomore from Springfield, Missouri. And at the line, Ron Harris. He's been to the line once and he missed.
Excuse me, Ray. I was going to say, we'll see how long Norton Stewart goes with Cavener here with his 4th foul.
9 points for Harris, who averages 14.1 a game.
Let's see if he comes down and maybe switches off and goes to the pivot on Falenschek.
13 minutes left to play. Iowa State by 4.
Talked about consecutive starts. That young guy, Sunvold, is making his 102nd start for Missouri.
Back to Jones of Missouri. Bridges. Stipanovich. Cavener. Sunvold, and now Jones. Stipanovich. His 7th bucket. 20 points.
Just doing a great job in there. There's traffic all around, but he reads it. Ball fading.
Ron Harris answers with his 5th field goal. 48-44 Iowa State. Bridges. You keep waiting for the pace to slacken, but it just doesn't. 48-46 Iowa State with the ball with 12 minutes left in the game.
They've got Cavener on Terrance Allen out front.
Barry Stevens, Falenschek, Ron Harris. The shooting is fantastic now.
Harris is a real plus for Iowa State right now. He has not had a good year shooting the basketball. He was 1 for 4 in the first half, but he's got it going now.
We must remember, Missouri not only is undefeated in the Big 8, it has won 11 consecutive games on the road in the conference.
Oh, what a job by Prince Bridges.
11:24 left to play with a score, Iowa State 50, Missouri 46.
Would be playing them for a tie, and everybody is looking to get some help.
11:20 left to play as Bridges works against Allen. Sunvold. Jones.
They continue to back off Jones. You see Barry Stevens. He'll make the drop inside.
Cavener. Jones. Sunvold. They're still trying to get it inside. Jones. Offensive foul. Now full court pressure by Missouri with 10:58 left. Long pass is for Barry Stevens.
Oh, that'll bring the crowd up.
23 points for Barry Stevens on a beautiful out-of-bounds play. Iowa State by 6. The Cyclones' biggest lead was in the first half by 7. Sunvold hits under pressure.
Ray, you could just see Sunvold, the senior, say, give me the ball, I'll get it right back. He has all the confidence in the world.
That's why this team continues to win on the road, the tremendous poise.
But the important thing is Iowa State has been able to stay with them, and the further ball games go, the further along the ball game goes, if Stevens hits again, the better chance they're going to have to win this basketball game, because they've got confidence and they got the crowd really going with it. Barry Stevens now has 25 points. Stipanovich gets it back and scores. There was a big missed rebound by Falenschek right there as Steeple missed what looked like a point-blank shot. 22 points for Stipanovich. Allen into front court. We are past the midway point of the half. Falenschek went on the back, and then David Moss, number 45, replaces Falenschek. Moss, a freshman from Franklin Park, Illinois. Sunvold. He just is taking control right now. He wants it. That's the type of player you like to have, that wants it when the thing is close, when the pressure's on. You want somebody that wants to take that shot and not get rid of the basketball. Allen gets it into front court with 9:25 left, and Iowa State leading 54-52. Such. Stevens. He is on fire. How many's he got? He now has 27 points, and it's Iowa State by 4 with 9 minutes left in the game. Bridges, Dressler. Now Cavener is in the game with 4 personals, and Stipanovich hits. So Mr. Outside and Mr. Inside have gone to work. You see who's getting the job done, those 2 seniors, and that's what you expect. 56-54 Iowa State. Less than 9 minutes now left to play. Iowa State in its bid for an upset. Hornacek to Allen. Working against Cavener. Ron Harris. Hornacek. No. Moss went on the back of Stipanovich. Could be a factor. Could be a big factor. This is Sunvold working against Allen. Sunvold. The foul is on Allen. Tie at 56. He said it might only be 1 or 2 things a game, but it has really helped us, and that might be another secret for winning on the road. Boy, has the game changed a little bit. The game is tied here at 56. Barry Stevens now into the game. Michael Walker of Kansas City, number 33 for Missouri, and he is like glue on Barry Stevens. Now there's a strategic change. Now that's interesting. He is really shadowing him. Walker's had surgery and he's lost some of the quickness that he had, so let's see what he can do. That's a bad shot. And the rebound comes off to Michael Walker as Hornacek missed the off-balance throw. 7.5 minutes left. 56-56. Iowa State's biggest lead was 7 by 6 at one time here in the second half. In fact, on several occasions. Missouri continuing to show great patience. Bridges outside with 7 minutes left. Stipanovich. Stipanovich. Bridges. Got the roll and Missouri leads. Missouri has the lead. For Bridges, 14 points. The patience, we'll see if Iowa State can stay with it. You notice Missouri, that he's working the ball till they get the good shot. Last time Hornacek put up a bad shot. Missouri's been there before. They know what it takes. And the foul is on Walker. Barrett off the bench. One point away from yet another tie. Time left, 6 minutes, 29 seconds. Look at Stevens there, but Prince Bridges had his high of the year so far. 12 points. Even high on that last basket that he got. Tied at 58. Allen guarding Sunvold. Bridges. Here comes Stevens. That was a a great crossover dribble by Stevens out at midcourt.
He's perfect at the line. 7 of 7 and 29 points.
Gets the roll, and that 30 points for Stevens ties him for his high of the year. He had 30 in Iowa State's upset win over Minnesota early in the season.
(60-58) Iowa State. Full court pressure now by Iowa State. Sunvold working against Allen. Six minutes left to play. Allen to Hornacek. Ron Harris. Moss. Barry Stevens outside. Hornacek.
Well, I'd be looking for that guy right now, Stevens. Do not forget, or Harris has had a good hand. Do not forget how you got them.
The foul is on Stipanovich. Game still tied at 60 with 5.5 minutes remaining. Moss is in the game because Falenschek picked up 5 personal fouls. Bridges scores.
Good backdoor play. But and Harris turned to the inside to protect. He might have picked that pass off, but he turned the opposite way, could not see the basketball, and Bridges gets 2.
Stevens working against Walker. Hornacek. Off balance, bad shot.
This is where the young man has got to right there learn. Wait for it. If you don't get the shot that's yours, let him come back to you.
Take a shot!
And he was fouled. Wait a minute.
Please.
It did not count. We have a timeout. 4:44 left to play. The score, Missouri 62, Iowa State 60. Now, Falenschek with 4 personal fouls is back in the game. Number 53 for Iowa State. Uh-oh. Allen had his back turned.
Iowa State has had 3 things happen to him now. Ray Moss missed a 1-and-1. Stevens took an off-balance shot, and now they've had the bad pass. Remember, talked about earlier, you get down to this point in the game, Missouri, the experience has been there before, and Iowa State, wanting this win bad, has got to be able to control and keep the patience.
4:10 left.
Missouri spreading it out. Watch for a back door with Falenschek in there, with Stipanovich against him. They get Stipo out high. Look for him to go back. Or the wingman. Anytime that ball goes to middle, you look for a wingman to go back there.
Now we're under 4 minutes. Sunvold working against Allen. Dressler to Bridges. Walker out high is Stipanovich. Bridges. 3:40 left. Missouri leading by 2. Undefeated in the conference. 11 straight road victories. A steal by Stevens.
Boy, Norm Stewart wants a timeout. He is going to contest this call. He's going to say, why didn't you call it the same on that end as you did the other end?
And now a technical foul has been called on Norm Stewart with a score tied at 62. Barry Stevens is 9 of 9 in free throws. He has scored 12 buckets. 33 points overall. 34.
Well, he now has his career high at Iowa State.
That was his first miss at the free throw line. 3-62, Iowa State leading. This is Hornacek. Barry Stevens. The lead is so important when we get down to just 2 or 3 minutes left, because then that team can dictate the pace.
Both clubs in the 1-and-1 situation, both clubs have 3 timeouts left. Iowa State spreading it now, getting revolving offense, getting a lot of movement, making Missouri come out of that 15-foot defense.
This is Hornacek working against Bridges. Now Allen guarded by Cavener. Stevens paused along the way to get instructions from Johnny Orr. 2:37 left. Iowa State by 1, 63-62. Remember now, Missouri must go to Oklahoma on Saturday. standing in mass, clapping in mass.
Iowa State has a good free-throwing ball club in there right now, with the exception of Terrance. He's only 61.6%. The rest of the kids in there are at 70%, except for Jeff Hornacek. Jeff Hornacek's at 64 too.
Falenschek thought that ball might go out of bounds and stepped in front of Hornacek.
It's a long time to run it down, but you have the one-on-one situation in your favor.
2 minutes left. This is Stevens. Now Hornacek, now Norm Stewart is up shouting instructions to his Missouri Tigers. They're 6-0 in the conference.
Let me tell you, Norm was hollering foul 12. He's got Cavener on Terrance Allen, which would be his 5th foul if he has to go after it. They maybe want to try and get a switch.
1:35 left in the game now. Iowa State with the ball and a 1-point lead, bidding for a tremendous upset. Hornacek, the freshman, almost tied up as Missouri double-teamed the ball. Now here's Allen.
Hornacek almost got that ball up over his head where they could catch it from behind.
Ron Harris, who tonight passed the 1,000-point mark in his career. He's fouled. Meanwhile, the pressure switches to Ron Harris, the Chicago Heights junior. He has scored 14 points. He is 2 of 3 in free throws. He's at the line with 1:14 left.
76.9%. Puts it down.
For Ron Harris, 16 points. Sunvold to Stipanovich. Stipanovich will be at the line.
All-American, Big 8 newcomer of the year, second team All-Big 8, and an All-Big 8. He hesitated right there a little bit. He got it down.
Court pressure by Missouri.
They still have Cavener on
Ron Harris into front court. Now Tom Peterson is in for Iowa State as a replacement, and a foul on Cavener. And he has stolen 3 points. And rebound goes to Walker.
You got to play the percentages. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Norm Stewart has won right now.
50 seconds left. Missouri with the ball, down by 1. Double dribble, Sunvold.
Sunvold wanted it.
Is the freshman Hornacek. He has played every minute tonight, working against Bridges with 35 seconds left. Ron Harris.
Ooh, looked like
almost broke away, almost double dribble.
Sunvold doing a good job.
Foul. Oh.
Here we had a 5-second call. They changed it on the scoreboard, but that should not be right.
18 seconds left. This is Walker. Dressler, they're trying to get it to Stipanovich. Sunvold, Walker, 9 seconds left. Sunvold, we have a whistle and a foul.
He makes it, then you've got to look, you want to try and get a long down court pass, get it in, call timeout. Put some pressure, but they're not going to let him get behind.
Barry Stevens, 2 seconds, 1, it's in the air.
That might be good.
No, it hit the rim. Oh, my goodness sakes, we're going into overtime, Gary. Missouri has the tip-off. Remember now, it's overtime of 5 minutes.
And we got to point out, I'm having trouble here, Ray, hearing you right now with this crowd, but you start any overtime with a jump ball, and then the possession goes from there.
Sunvold, no.
I think that was a little out of John's range for right now. He's wanted it, he's been knocking the shot down, but he's had the ball at the top of the circle or inside. That was a little further out than I think Norm Stewart would like to see him take that shot right there.
4:20 left in overtime. Stevens. Barry Stevens, 36 points. Iowa State scores first in overtime and leads 67-65.
I think the Coliseum record is 43. We might start looking that up. 43, I think, is the Coliseum record here, and he has a chance maybe to get that.
Stipanovich. The field goal is scored by Missouri's Ron Jones. That's only his second bucket and 4th point overall.
Well, that's
third foul on Stevens. In for Ron Jones, his 5th point, and it gives Missouri the lead, 68-67, with 3:45 left to play in overtime. Ron Harris. Hornacek. Barry Stevens, guarded by Walker. .330 left. Stevens. No. The ball came off to Bridges. Now Jones. Foul on Stevens. And 5 overall.
The 54. Oh, good tap out by Dressler.
So Missouri has a 1-point lead and the ball with 3:07 left in overtime.
Somebody did not get Dressler checked. You've got Iowa State down by 1. They've got to think with Jones in there, a 54% free throw shooter. That's the man you'd like to get. He's out in the front. They will hide Jones, I'm sure, as much as possible.
2:45 left.
They are playing catch with 3 guys involved. Get the outlet pass from Jones. Somebody needs to pressure up on Jones for Iowa State. That's the man you'd like to get the foul. They're going to keep it in Bridges, Sunvold, and Stipanovich's hands.
2:25 left. Bridges.
That is one great play by Prince Bridges. The count overplay, he went the baseline, got the basket. Misses the free throw.
The rebound is picked off by Hornacek. 3-point lead, Missouri. 2:19 left. This is Harris. Barry Stevens.
Iowa State has got to remember right now, do not try and rush it. I thought maybe Barry on his last shot could have waited for a better shot. He got a lot of time. He's got to make sure he gets a good one.
Stevens was fouled before the shot. Stevens, who has scored 36 points, is shooting 1-1 with 2:04 left in overtime, and Missouri leading by 3.
Love these type of games. I'll tell you, there's nothing greater than a basketball game like this.
Missouri by 1, 70-69.
These kids, both clubs, have responded well to the pressure going down here. They've reacted very, very well.
Sunvold with 1:50 left to play. Stipanovich.
And Missouri spread the court now. They've come out high. They'll be looking for that back cut.
Stipanovich. Now we're down to 1.5 minutes left. Missouri with a 1-point lead in the ball. Trying to stretch its Big 8 lead, and we had a traveling call. Now Iowa State has the ball.
I'm sure he's hiding Jones on this end for the free throw. Walker a little bit better free throw shooter. Now he's got Jones back in for defense.
Traveling is called on Sunvold working against Harris. Stipanovich.
They've got Jones now taking force.
The foul is on Hornacek.
One doesn't hurt Iowa State right here, but nothing but net.
72-69. Now Iowa State has to hurry. 50 seconds left. Hornacek.
I would have been thinking the last time down, not to fault Moss, but I would go to those 2 guys. Harris is a clutch player.
Apparently a timeout has been called. 40 seconds left to play. Missouri with the ball out of bounds and leading by 1 in its bid for its 12th consecutive away from home victory in the Big 8 Conference.
They had their opportunity. They had the right man to foul coming into Jones, and they didn't get it done.
30 seconds left. Bridges, Stipanovich.
Dressler might be a suspect too. He's had
Hornacek. Stevens. Big rebound for Dressler.
Better get a
14
foul.
seconds. Harris fouls Dressler 1-1 with 12 seconds left.
Ronnie
Dressler has not scored tonight. He has taken very few shots, if any.
Well, he's a role player, and this will be the biggest free throws, the biggest points in the game for him. Does not get it.
Ron Harris, timeout.
Oh, boy, is there.
Oh, my. Harris almost literally handed the ball to Bridges. Norm Stewart said he turned the ball over to his player before the timeout was called. But the officials say no, timeout was called. 9 seconds left. Let's look. Peterson inbounds to Hornacek. 8 seconds. 7. Stevens.
And they have done it. Missouri has lost it after 11 straight. They got it to the man. This place is going wild. What a win for Johnny Orr and the Cyclones. And it gives some salvation to the rest of the Big 8 Conference. Oklahoma, if they win Wednesday, it'll be something down in Norman with Oklahoma and Missouri next Saturday.
There's no use to even tell you that almost total pandemonium is raging here at Hilton Coliseum as Barry Stevens with his 14th field goal. 40 points overall. A delirious Johnny Orr has just come over and will be momentarily visiting with our Gary Thompson in the aftermath of as big a victory as Iowa State has recorded in who knows how many years. Now here is the winning shot. Hornacek has the ball. Look to Harris. Then he's looking for Stevens. There is Stevens from 18 feet. Swish! And just like that, the game ended with the shot in the air. And hopefully we're going to be able to get this crowd clear.
We may have some problems out here hearing one another, but that has to be the greatest win. We talked about Minnesota early in the season, but that's got to be one of the biggest wins here for Iowa State, one of the biggest wins for you.
Well, that's one of the greatest wins of my life, I think, Gary. And I'm just so proud of my team and my coaches and the fans. I can't tell you how we had a plan and we were lucky and it worked. And everybody, we made some mistakes, but we made them make some mistakes.
It absolutely was a great basketball game all the way. Win or lose, it was a great basketball game.
Well, I thank you, Gary, very much. I just tickled to death for my team and for Iowa State, and that makes me feel very good.
We had a chance to look at that last shot, but what was set up, what was planned? Did it come off exactly as he
just like we planned it, and of course he had to make the shot.
Well, he got it. I'm not sure whether he had 39 or 40 points. We're getting a check on that.
He did a job.
He had a great night.
He did a great job.
Right. Barry, you got to be one of the happiest guys in the country right now.
Yeah, I am. I'm really happy. You know, hey, we come out every night and we work hard. And Coach told us before the game that if we just came out and worked hard and we was real patient on offense, that we could pull this one off. And we pulled it off. Hey,
you really had the shot going tonight. You had your career high, like I told Johnny. I don't know if it was 39 or 40, but you had to feel every time you put the shot up, it was going in tonight.
Oh, yeah, I definitely thought it was going in. And a lot of the shots I took, they could have been bad shots if they wouldn't have went in. But just so happened I was on tonight and they all fell. And, hey, we pulled one out.
That's a good one.
Yeah, you know it. Coach Barry, Johnny, Barry had a great steal at the time. I forget even what segment of the game there, if it's in the regulation or there when he came through with a steal on.
Great steal and great basket.
Right.
Great basket. Made a dunk there and made a great basket.
Well, you started. I'm having trouble. The truck is going to have to help me right now because, Johnny, I can't hear a thing. But let's talk about the game. When you started out, you definitely were sagging off Jones and making him trying to keep the ball from going inside to Stipanovich.
We were sagging off everyone but Sunvold, and of course tried to give all the help we could on Stipanovich. and we did a great job, everybody. Gary, just a great win, and I thank you very much. And sorry the fans are so crowded, but they're good fans, so we got to let them have a good time. Thank you very much.
It was a great one. Johnny, just one other comment. You gave some salvation to the rest of the Big 8 Conference as Missouri looks like they were going to lock things up early.
Well, I think we made it a race again, and we just got to come back now on Saturday and play well again.
All right, we'll look at the standings. The game's coming up. Let's go back to Ray Scott at the desk. Ray?
Okay, thank you, Gary, and thank you, Johnny Orr. Under very difficult circumstances, in the midst of that crowd you see right there was the winning coach, Johnny Orr, and our Gary Thompson.